All right, hey VC, how you doing? My name is Jamie. Welcome back. We're back with a video, this time by request. Eddie has posted, would like to see my Pink Floyd collection. So we'll take a look at what box sets I have, what I have on vinyl and CD. I won't open up the box sets or anything like that. I won't spend too much time on that. You can see some of the box sets, obviously, in previous videos. And to open up everything, this video would just go on for way, way too long. So we'll take a look at what I have. Hopefully you'll enjoy. This is for Eddie, my Pink Floyd collection. So let's start off with some of the box sets. Of course, you've seen this one recently. This is Pink Floyd, The Later Years. So this is 1987 to 2019. A wonderfully mammoth box set that I'm still getting through and still enjoying. But really love it. Pink Floyd, The Later Years box set. And you can see the unboxing of that as part of my videos. And before that, they had, of course, released the early years, another absolute mammoth box set, 1965 to 1972, in this big, big container. And this color scheme represents what their early tour van looked like when they were just starting off, putting the gear into the van. This was the color scheme in the van. So again, another absolute mammoth box set, Pink Floyd, the early years, 1965 to 1972, with lots of goodies inside that one. So there's no middle years per se, no box set for the middle years, but they have kind of addressed that. In my grandfather clock, the Division Bell, as we segue into Pink Floyd's The Division Bell. They released this as a 20th anniversary box set. And a Division Bell is certainly, from the David Gilmour years, certainly one that I enjoy. So that's what's inside that. So you do get the vinyl, and in terms of the 2 LP vinyl, and you also have a Blu-ray, CDs, you've got 7-inch singles as well. And so, yeah, really enjoyable with lots of art stuff and more. Okay, so there's Pink Floyd, The Division Bell, 20th anniversary. And then they had their sort of immersion series. So we've got Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon with the immersion series. And I don't know if we've got, not the hype sticker, but yeah, so we've got the sheet right just on the back here. That gives you an indication of what's all in that, including a set of marbles that they had in each of the boxes. Really, really enjoyable, the Dark Side of the Moon box set, because they do an alternate version produced by, I believe, Alan Parsons. So it was sort of an early mix of it, and it's quite fascinating. Okay, we have Pink Floyd, Wish You Were Here, the immersion box set. Again, these are all sort of small, no LPs included in this, just straight CDs and that sort of thing. CDs and DVDs and Blu-ray. All follow generally the same style, featuring the album, lots of extras, that sort of thing. So we have that. And then the other one in the immersion series was Pink Floyd, The Wall. And with the... and that's what was included with that one, with regards to the CDs, extras, DVD, that sort of thing. And they all included a little bag with actual marbles inside sitting. So they all had like different themes. So of course it does look like a golf ball, but as you can see, it's actually the bricks there. So they had different marbles for different box sets. There we go. And they all included a nice little ribbon too, which is quite nice. Okay, so there we have some of the big box sets. There's one more. This was a smaller one that I haven't seen presented. This was a box set for Pink Floyd, Piper at the Gates of Dawn, the first album. This is a sort of a 3 CD set. So disc 1 is mono, disc 2 is stereo, and then disc 3, a lot of the singles with a French edit, a stereo version, an alternate version, and take 6 of Interstellar Overdrive. But this is just nicely put together box set that came out, I believe, in 2007. Yeah, 2007. So quite nice. So much for me not opening up stuff, right? Okay, let's get to the vinyl that we have. So first off, we have the famous or the infamous Record Store Day, Pink Floyd, Saucer Full of Secrets, and this is the copy that has what I guess is a Dutch band playing on side one. Side two is okay, but side one features this monotonous kind of dance mix that just does not belong on this record. So this is a mispress, if you will. You can still, of course, see the video. I think one of my most popular videos, the Pink Floyd mispress or the Record Store Day pickup, where I talk about this. So this was from Record Store Day. Was hoping to get Saucer Full of Secrets and said side one, a Dutch sort of dance band, and side two is okay. Really, really strange, but you'll still have that. Okay, this was a much earlier Record Store Day. This was a nice pressing of Piper at the Gates of Dawn. So it's got this kind of sort of wrap around it in terms of the cardboard, and then comes out and then it shows you the regular album with some, a poster, I think, and extra goodies like that. A really nice pressing and a mono pressing of that. So I was hoping to really kind of go from this into the mono pressing of Saucer Full of Secrets, but that didn't happen, and I wasn't able to pick up the mono pressing of Saucer Full of Secrets from Record Store Day because, of course, it sold out like that, and I didn't want to accidentally get another mispress of it, sort of thing. This was also, I'm not sure if this was a Record Store Day one or not, but this is Pink Floyd. This is like a one-sided record. This is Interstellar Overdrive, and this is a fairly rare 1966 recording of it that goes on for about 15 minutes, and it plays at 33 1/3 RPM. But yeah, a lot of fun. Really a lot of fun. It's just like a big full-out jam of Interstellar Overdrive, Pink Floyd. I enjoyed that one. Okay, so here's a sample of my Pink Floyd record collection that, of course, hardly includes everything. Pink Floyd, Adam Hart Mother, this one with the writing on there, and of course, there's that. I did pick up an original copy of Pink Floyd and from the soundtrack More, which is interesting because now when they do any represses of this, they'll take out the. So this still has, of course, a nice bit of ring wear and whatnot on it, but this includes played and composed by the Pink Floyd, whereas on all the reissues now, a friend of mine picked up a reissue and had noticed that they take the out, which is kind of a drag. If you're going to do the reissue and try to do everything, nicely like that, it's a shame to take that out. Okay, Pink Floyd, Amagama, Umaguma, however you want to pronounce it. Obviously, the special buy contains the complete 2 LPs, of course, not on the original, but. And certainly with that, and I think with the reissues on this, this was Roger Waters' girlfriend at the time, so I think on the reissues they don't include this picture, or at least crop it or something like that. So that's interesting to note as well, just for curiosity. Of course, classic Animals, and again, everything I've shown you starting with so far with this have been generally like early or not necessarily original issues, but early issues, not reissues. Pink Floyd Metal. Certainly one of my favorite Pink Floyd albums. I mean, there's so many. Wish You Were Here, I think, still remains my ultimate favorite, but really, really enjoy Metal. And then we have Obscured by Clouds, Pink Floyd. Again, these are all at least, fairly early issues. Pink Floyd, The Final Cut. An album that seems to, those love it and those hate it. I remember loving it when it first came out. I'm not a huge fan of The Final Cut, but, gotta have it as part of the collection. I mean, there are some I would love for The Final Cut to be remixed. This album desperately needs a remix, in my opinion. Okay, Pink Floyd, and very curious, a collection of great dance songs. Essentially, it's a best of Pink Floyd, but what's interesting to note about this album is that this has a re-recorded version of Money. I believe there were some issues with regards to the copyrights or whatever for that particular song, for that to be included on this album. So David Gilmour re-recorded the track, re-recorded and did pretty much most of the instrumentation, except the saxophone by Dick Perry. So, and it only appears on this album. The re-recorded version I believe only appears on this album. So everything else, it's the standard Pink Floyd fare, but this one has a re-recorded version of Money that I think only appears on that album. And of course, picked up The Wall. Unfortunately, this has an autograph by its previous owner, sort of thing, but otherwise it's in nice condition. I did pick up a stereo version of Pink Floyd, A Saucer Full of Secrets. Don't have a mono version, but nice to have this as well. This is not a, is this, yes, this is a reissue, sorry. This is a reissue. Wish You Were Here. And of course with all the graphics on that. And I did pick up a reissue of Pink Floyd's Wish You Were Here that I haven't opened, because this has the way it had first appeared and sort of the black jacket or the black sleeve. So this is unopened. I just can't bring myself to open it. We have Pink Floyd's Momentary Lapse of Reason. This is an early copy because they have just David Gilmour and Dick Mason. I think in the reissues they then include Richard Wright. Yeah, so there's that. And I do have a reissue copy of Pink Floyd's Momentary Lapse of Reason. I picked this up and then came across an original copy of it as well. Okay, so I'm gonna have to carefully get my CDs. Oh, okay. Don't want to drop everything. Okay, so we'll take a look at the CDs, one or two. There's going to be some repeats and whatnot because I would get the CD and then it would be remastered, that sort of thing. So we'll take a quick look at the CDs. And of course, I Wish You Were Here. Still, for my money, the best Pink Floyd best of Echoes. The songs really kind of segue into one another, and there was, I think, some careful planning with regards to that, and it really, really works. I think, for my money, this is absolutely one of the best Pink Floyd, nice overall best of. So we have, of course, Saucer Full of Secrets, Pink Floyd's Uma, and I did pick this up. This was a fairly recent, 2016, reissue on Pink Floyd Records, because this does include the original Gigi album cover. Very nice. But it did come out quite quite dark overall. That would be my only quibble, but it's nice to get that. Okay, Pink Floyd The Wall, simply a 20th anniversary edition. Still in sort of the standard sort of fat box, if you will, or whatever they call those. Yet another Obscured by Clouds. We have that. Pink Floyd, first album, Piper at the Gates of Dawn. Another Pink Floyd. And then we have the anniversary editions, Pink Floyd, when they had put these out. I'm not sure when these actually came out, but gave you some nice extra graphics, of course, the animals. And generally nice sound overall. And so here's another edition of Pink Floyd, Uma, and of course with the blank album cover because of copyright issues with Gigi. Pink Floyd, Delicate Sound of Thunder on CD. Another anniversary edition. This is an SA CD, Super Audio CD of Dark Side. Pink Floyd's Adam Hart Mother. Another anniversary edition of Momentary Lapse of Reason. And I think in this, did they include... Yeah, so in this, they include Richard Wright. Okay. Another Pink Floyd, Obscured by Clouds. Another Pink Floyd, Piper at the Gates of Dawn, different back on this one. My goodness. Final Cut. And yet another edition of Uma. Oh my goodness. In Pink Floyd, a foot in the door. This is the best of Pink Floyd. This best of is okay. It's not my favorite. Like the graphics are good overall. They got some great tracks. Don't get me wrong, but not my favorite in terms of that. In terms of a collection. Another Metal. Another Pink Floyd. Momentary Lapse. Another Dark Side. Another Pink Floyd music from the film More. And this is where they just did it as the straightforward cover. And then on the back, they don't have the Pink Floyd. Another Final Cut anniversary edition this time. Another Pink Floyd anniversary edition of Wish You Were Here. This one was Pink Floyd newly remastered with the bonus track When the Tigers Broke Free, which was a nice addition to this. When the Tigers Broke Free was on the Wall movie soundtrack. They never officially released a movie soundtrack of The Wall. I think they released this maybe as a 45, correct me if I'm wrong. I would like to get this one on vinyl. Pink Floyd Works. Just an odd little sort of early, not even exactly a best of sort of thing, but an interesting album of some of the deeper cuts, if you will. Pink Floyd, the later years, 1987 to 2019, showed this. This was the single disc from the release. And overall, as a single disc, this one's quite nice. And then Pink Floyd, the early years, 1967 to 72, they released this as a 2-disc set, which is also quite nice. Quite nice indeed. Another Adam Hart Mother, of course, without the writing on the top. The Division Bell. Weird every time I talk about the Division Bell, the grandfather clock rings. Pink Floyd Metal. Pink Floyd collection of great dance songs, anniversary edition. And that. Pink Floyd Pulse. Okay, and I don't have the version that has the glowing, the red little glowing light. I think that probably would have driven me crazy, but this is a nice copy of it. Pink Floyd Relics. I've got this version. This was sort of an anniversary edition where they actually built a replica of the drawing that Dick Mason had done for the original album. I would love to see, say, more pictures of this, or if this is on display anywhere. So, this crazy invention or monstrosity, whatever you want to call it, but a really nice early Pink Floyd kind of best of. There you have that, and another copy of Animals. There you have it. Okay, so I think that's pretty much going to do it. No bootlegs or anything like that. That is pretty much, unless I'm missing something, which I probably am, from my Pink Floyd collection. That's for Eddie. Eddie, thanks for the request. Again, we'll chat again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.